Hey YouTube, my name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today's video is going to be all about our 92 Yamaha Banshee. So we've been taking down the motor, getting it broken down. We got it reassembled in our last video, well at least the bottom half. What we're going to be doing is getting the top end up done, doing a leak down test, and hopefully we can get this whole motor thing wrapped up and then move on to the next parts. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll keep these videos coming out to you. So in the last video, we got it broken down. We checked out some parts. We decided that we were not going to run the Nietzsche cylinders, and we also were not going to run those Vito's pistons. So what we did do was take off the top end from the 05, because I'm going to be doing a stroker kit for it, and it has OEM cylinders. So we got those cylinders cleaned up. We're going to be doing some comparison, just taking a look at what the Nietzsche's look like and what the OEMs look like. It's kind of help you, determine whether or not you have OEM or not. Then we're going to be getting those put in along with the WSM pistons. Those actually looked amazing. So when I did take those off the 05, the guy did tell me that it had a recent top end rebuild. They looked great. So a little bit of cleaning, they came out looking amazing. The ring gap is fine and all that. So we're going to drop those into this one here. So top end is going to be great. We're going to be putting the OEM head on it. Hopefully getting the intakes and everything hooked up so we can do a leak down test, and if we do all that and it's all good, we're finally just going to be waiting on a few bolts to close up the stator side cover. I am missing a few. A couple of them are pretty bad, so we're going to order a new set, probably redo all the bolts on the outside. But hey, let's get to the video. Alright, so we have our cylinders out here. I'm not going to have them out long because it is starting to sprinkle a little bit. But OEM, Nietzsche, right? So biggest difference is, obviously, you can tell this one says Nietzsche right here on the side. The OEM does not say anything over there on the side. It does has the Y-1. I don't know if this one does. It does have a Y-1 over there. Both of them do have the 2GU. This one has the 2GU, but as you see, this one is more flush. That one's more in a complete rectangle, so that is not the OEM one. As well, this one has a JL. The 4 is open here, and it's not there. So when you're looking to try to figure out, am I looking at OEM or not, that's a couple of things that you can check out. The open 4, 2GU are going to be what you're looking for. So go ahead and get this top end on. So I already have my gaskets on. I put grease on them. Makes it easier for them to come back apart. But you make sure you have your ring gaps lined up on these little notches. Now we're going to do the exact same thing to this. Now same thing to the second. So make sure our ring gaps are correct. I did run all my hardware through the wire wheel, so it cleans it up, makes it look a lot better than what it did when it came off. Just run them down. Crisscross will go down to 20. Same thing to the other side. Gonna put a little assembly lube in there. Make sure we got our rubber plug right there on as well. Gaps are where they should be. New gasket. Got our new gasket here on there. So we start crisscrossing to do 12. And we'll go up to 20. So understand, I am going to put new plugs in. This is just closing the motor up for right now. Yeah, plenty of compression. All right, so here we are, got the motor upside down, got it well off to the side, laying down. I started to do the leak test off camera and I decided I'd chime in with you all. So I found out that there was a leak in that gasket or in that little primary drive gear here that I thought wasn't gonna be a big issue. So went ahead, turned the camera on. Thank God that I went ahead and put some grease on the gasket. The gasket came off with no problem. We're going to use 10 millimeters. Go ahead and get this whole clutch basket off because you can't get this primary drive gear off here without taking off the whole clutch basket. So let's get it done real quick. So we're going to get that cleaned up really good right here. We're going to get this key cleaned up as well, put some more sealant on that, and hopefully we're good to go. I want to make sure I get this nice and good, so I'm going to put some down in there, some right there. $65. This one is $47. All right, so here we are. We have it all back together. As you see, I did put the clutch basket and that primary drive gear down to the correct pressures, and those pressures were 65 and 47 maybe, but everything is torqued down as the spec, as it should be. Now it's time to do the leak down test. Pretty sure it's going to be good because that's where it was leaking from prior. We're going to hook the gauge up to it, and then we're going to just make sure it works right. Okay, so here we are. Machine looks absolutely great. Well, motor looks absolutely great. Got kind of junk in the background. But I just bought these 1.5 inch plugs right here. Just got those from, wanting to say Ace Hardware, or maybe it was Lowe's. Not really much money. Those actually just going to plug up the exhaust. Then I got these PVC 1 inch caps. Drilled one out, put a air fitting in there, drill the other one out, and then put the pressure gauge in there. And this pressure gauge isn't correct. It'd be better if I can find one of the ones that has smaller numbers in it, like, you know, I don't know, was it 5 or something like that, max PSI. But this one has a little bit of water down there. But what we're gonna do is actually hook our pressure gauge up to it and then just leave it sit for 5 minutes. So the gauge I'm gonna be using is this one here. The lowest it has is 2 bar, but 1 bar is actually 14 PSI, so that's what we're gonna actually inflate it to. Nice, tight, secure area. I'm just rotate this around up here. So we leave it sit. And we're gonna go up to that 1 hash there. And as you see, right there is where we're at. And we're gonna come back in 5 minutes. All right, so here we are. In about 10 minutes, we are where we were. So we're good. Been a little bit over 10 minutes actually. All right, so there we have it. Banshee motor is completely done. Leak down test is good. We got new plugs in there from the other video. We're gonna get this off the stand and we're just gonna pretty much wait for the frame. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get the frame back from the powder coater. I did call them and they said that they'll be about a week out. So for you all, I'm not really sure what that'll translate to. Got a couple other things that we're gonna be getting out there, but we're gonna get this project up and rolling. So I hope you enjoy this kind of content.